So I'm going to try a little experiment today. My sales have been pretty subdued, as a lot of people have found, I think. So I think there's a number of reasons for that. I think it's the time of year, and I was kind of expecting it kind of February time, and it maintained quite high. But also, coupled with that, is that I had a period where I really wasn't listing that much on eBay. Those who watch me know my boiler went wrong, my car was playing up, and about half a dozen things went wrong at the same time, and I just didn't do a lot of listing. So, what are my options for getting sales up and better? I don't expect them to get to pre-Christmas levels, but I just wouldn't mind them picking up a little bit. I think the options are list some new stuff, which is pretty tricky because I'm not sourcing a lot at the moment. So I have been going through some sort of like odds and ends and sort of scrapings of the bottom of the barrel. I managed to source a Wii yesterday, one blue Wii off Facebook Marketplace for £10, console only. But that's not going to bring in loads and loads of money and won't take 2 minutes to list. So, as an experiment today, what I'm going to do is just go through my stuff and relist it. And when I say relist it, it will be ended and created as a new listing. You basically have like three options. You could just end it and relist it and change the price. You could end it and sell similar and change the price, or change the title or change the photos. Or you could end it and just create a whole new listing, but pull a lot of that information from the old listing, which you'd have in your ended items. I normally save the photos down to my desktop, bring those in, and create that whole new item, which does take longer. I'm not saying it doesn't, it does. But I'm hoping that kind of new bounce of the new item will create activity not only for that item, but for the rest of the store as well. Obviously, I'm reviewing price, I'm reviewing title, I'm reviewing photos, especially the main photo. So yeah, I mean, my options I think were to do that, which is sort of my preferred option. I could have done a sale, could have done a 10% sale because I'm probably looking to decrease the price of all these items by about 10%. Or I could have done a promotion, like a 1% promotion or up to 5% promotion maybe. I'm never that keen on promotions. I used to do blanket 1%, but I think a lot of people do them now. And I just do not think you can beat the bounce of a new item going on. So the experiment today really is, how much can I get done? I've got to do the school run. So I'm going to be back about 9 o'clock. And my plan is just to sort of hunker down, get the blinkers on, perhaps get some provisions round me, and just keep on it all day. So I'm going to do like maybe tiny little bits of filming as to how I'm progressing. Now, normally with the me putting in ending items and creating whole new items, I do that on a three and 6 month cycle anyway. But today I'm just sort of doing absolutely everything. I've got about 500-600 items in my store. I want to see how many of those I've got enough new listings in my shop level to have them all free. So it's just a case of like, how much can I get done and how much of an effect does it have? I've got no idea. We'll see. So I will report in later, maybe sort of every few hours, and let you know how much stuff I've done. Right, here we go. I'm just setting out, just booted up the PC. I'm going to work off two screens. Hopefully that will make it easier. My expectations for this, I've probably got a good 5 hour working period before I have to go out again. But for the day, I'm going to sort of set a target of 50, which may sound small to some, may sound large to others, but I've got 500 items in my store. So if I can sort of end and then totally do total new listings for 10% of my store, I think that would be a good target. I'd love to think I could do 100 or 200 or all the store, but I know what I'm like. I probably will get a little bit bored with this. I'll start to drift, but we'll see how we go. Now, in terms of how I'm going to sort of go about it and the amount of money I'm going to take off, it's probably, as a general rule of thumb, it'll be 10%, but there might be some items that I think might be rare, which will be taken down and put on at the same price. Or if an item has already been decreased quite a lot and is down to, maybe about a fiver anyway, I'm just trying to get rid of it, it'll just be a case of ending it, putting it on at maybe the same price, changing the title, maybe just, doing a bit of minor editing on the main photo, but trying to get that new item bounce to try and give it a bit of welly, So we'll see how we go. I'd really like to know what you think is best to try and, on your current listings, what's best to sort of invigorate those sales. Do you think it's like a 10% sale on certain things in your store? Do you think it's promote your items? Do you think that it's doing what I'm doing, which is like ending them and totally sort of doing a review on them and getting them listed again? But yeah, anyway, 8:42 now, so I'll probably check in a few hours, or I might have a sudden spurt and do 30 and think I'll do a bit of filming. But I'm going to crack on now, get the blinkers on, so I'll talk to you in a bit. And there's always something I forget to say. One thing that's going to really help with this is in the SKU, I always put the date in reverse order, so I can order by that SKU when I look at all my items. So for example, if I was listing something today, it's the 18th of March 2021. In the SKU I would put 2021 for the year, 03 for the month, and then 18 for the day of the month. And I can just now go into all my items. I do that because obviously when I end things and relist them, I don't have the original start date in there, so I've always got the original start date as the first bit of the SKU. After that, I have sort of where it's located as well, but I find the most important thing to have first is that date kind of reversed, year, month, day, in that format, and then you can really look at what's been hanging around on your store for quite a while. Anyway, cracking on. Right, it's 10 o'clock. I'm getting hungry, so I'm probably going to grab a snack very, very quickly, but I've done 13 items so far. It may seem sort of slightly crazy to some people, sort of to relist items that you've already got and to take the time to sort of end them and to do them as completely new listings. I don't know whether it's going to work. It's a bit of an experiment, but we all know that activity is the main thing that creates sales. So I'm kind of looking at this as the best sort of activity you can have, aside from obviously getting new stock and putting it on. It's doing the most of what you can with the stock that you've got. So only time will tell. I think it will be maybe 2 or 3 days before I might see any effect of this, if there is going to be any at all. So obviously I will do another video. But yeah, I don't want to waste too much time. I want to crack on, but I do need a bite to eat, so I will catch up a bit later. Right, I'm coming up to 10 to 12 and I've done 25 so far, so sort of like halfway to my 50 kind of target. Now, I've just noticed something interesting, and it might be nothing, but it might be something. The other day I was listing a lot of jewellery and sort of going through a big haul that I got, and I was listing stuff by weight, listing individual bits. And I haven't had a jewellery sale for ages, and I suddenly got an individual jewellery necklace sale, and I thought, well, that's strange that I'm listing jewellery and then one pings in. This morning I've been relisting loads and loads of women's clothing, just ending the current listing and then creating a new listing. As I've said, I've suddenly had a sale for a women's top which has been on my store for probably 2 or 3 years. A principal top. It's not huge value, but I just think it's strange that sales comes in that category. So not only is activity good, I think it's activity in the category that you're working in, possibly. It's an interesting one. If you've been kind of listing in electronics mainly, and you have a range of things in your shop, do let me know whether you think that working in a certain area sort of like pings off a sale in that area. Also, let me know. I don't know if I mentioned it earlier, but what you think creates sales, whether it's sort of 10% discount sales or promotions, or how you go about it. It'd be very interesting to know. But yeah, I'm finding it very boring, but I'm going to crack on. I'm going to have lunch in a little bit, but maybe get another 5 done. I had to draft 2, so I've done 25 completed ones and 2 drafts because I didn't have the measurements on. That's another good thing about sort of going through your listings and seeing how bad some of them are. So yeah, crack on. Hopefully get to 50. Well, by about 5 o'clock. I've got to go out at 2 to do pickup. But yeah, cracking on. Not filming. Right, I've been cracking on. I've got to go and do an early school pickup today. They're out a little bit early because it's parents' evenings appointment by the magic of the internet tonight. I've managed to get up to 40 listings, and I will carry on when I get back. I'll get to the 50 and see how I feel. So I expect it to take a couple of days, any kind of like reaction to this on the sales, and it might not have any reaction at all, but you might as well do it. Why not? I would obviously, I think one of my flaws is sourcing, and definitely sourcing through the lockdowns. Normally this time of year I'll be doing jumble sales, and doing quite a few sort of sales and that. I've tried Facebook Marketplace, I've tried eBay, I will carry on trying, but do let me know in the comments how you're sourcing. Are you able to get the quantity? I kind of look at it as if I sell 5 or 10 things, on a kind of average day, profit £20. I need to be sourcing those, and I mean I haven't sourced in any great quantity for a good number of months. So let me know how you're sourcing, how you're getting that quantity through. Anyway, I will be back a little bit later to give you an update on the numbers done. See you later. Right, it's just after 5 o'clock, and I've got up to 50, and I think I'm going to call it a day there. I could go on and on and on, but I think if I'm going to do any more work, I've got some recommended item specifics. I've got about 300 of them, not required, just recommended. So I'm going to start sort of tidying those up. I may look to redo, create new listings for already existing stock. I might do it again tomorrow and see how we go. I want to get a few new things on there as well. I did have another sale, and it was a clothing item again, a tracksuit top. So whether it's a total coincidence or not, I don't know. But I will keep you posted on whether this has magically jazzed up my sales numbers, because if it does, it's something that everyone can do. If you're unable to source, if your sales are low and you just don't know what to do, look at that current stuff. It's something that everyone can do. Just spend a day going through 50 items. Anyway, hope you enjoyed that. If you did, please leave a thumbs up and subscribe if you're not subscribed. But for now, take care, and I hope to see you soon. See you later.